Greetings, I'm Bobby W6IWN. Do you want to listen to fire or police trunk systems that you just can't pick up with your Baofeng radio, or maybe you don't even have one of these? Well, I can show you how to do it with your computer for one of these SDR dongle devices for around $35. You might need to pick up an antenna too. A lot of them you can get in a kit for about $45 with an antenna and everything included. All right, that being said, this video is for educational purposes, and this is for the United States. If you are outside of the United States, please check your restrictions. All right, with that being said, let's jump right into the setup. So like I said, the first thing you're gonna need is one of these SDR dongles. I'll put links below to everything I used in the video description, and we'll jump right to what software you need and what you're gonna need to do on the computer. And this will work across platforms. This will work on Windows, this will work on Linux, and this will work on Apple. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is head over to GitHub and download SDR trunk software, and I will put links below in the video description. So once you are here, what you're going to want to do is scroll to the bottom and first thank the developer, Dennis Schreier. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but thank you for all your efforts you put into this. We do appreciate it. So once you're here, you're going to want to go ahead and click this download button here. And then that's going to bring you here to the versions. So there's a nightly. You might want to just go ahead and avoid that. I would just recommend this final version here. And then click on the latest button. And then once you're here, you want to scroll all the way to the very bottom where it says assets here. And then you're going to need to pick the one that is appropriate for your operating system. Like I said, this will work on Windows, this will work on Apple's, and this will work on Linux. So for this demonstration, I am doing the Windows version. So download the appropriate version for your operating system. So I'm going to click Windows. It went ahead and downloaded that. Okay, another piece of software you are probably going to need to link your SDR dongle with the correct USB drivers. This is going to be Windows only. Windows only is Zadig. And I will post another link below. I want you to go ahead and follow. There is a video here, how to get the drivers installed that will get you set up. So you're going to download it here on this link right here. Go ahead and click that and make sure you follow the guide in that video. This is for Windows users only if you can't get your drivers to work with your SDR dongle. For Apple and Linux users, please ignore this part. Okay, now that you've downloaded SDR trunk, go ahead and go to your downloads folder and then locate where it's at. And then you're going to go ahead and need to extract this somewhere, and this should be the same on all systems. I'm just going to right click it on Windows and click extract all. And then I'm going to put this just in the C folder to make it easy. You can put it where you like. And then go ahead and click extract. And then also you can rename this file if you want, because it's kind of got a funky name. SDR trunk Windows, yeah, it's the installer name of it. Okay, now that is extracted, go ahead and find it. I'm just going to go ahead and rename this so I know what it is and I don't accidentally delete it later. I'm just going to name it SDR trunk, make it easy. So go ahead and open that folder and then go inside this bin folder here. And you're going to want to look for this Windows batch file called SDR trunk. It will be different in different operating systems. I'm just going to go ahead and make a shortcut. Can I make a shortcut of that? Create shortcut. All right, I'm going to drag that shortcut and just put it on my desktop to make it easier. You can go ahead and close that folder now. And you can also rename your shortcut if you'd like and give it an icon. So go ahead and launch that. You're going to have something like this pop up. And that's Windows trying to protect your PC because this isn't a Java application. So if you do choose to run this, go ahead and say more info and run anyway. All right, sorry, everything keeps opening on the other window. So you're going to have something like this pop up in a command line. Don't worry, that's opening the Java. Do not close that or it will crash the program. The program should pop up and look something like this. Okay, the very first time you run SDR trunk, it should pop up with something that's going to ask you to calibrate. You're going to want to go ahead and click yes and let that calibrate and do its calibration for the first time. It should only ask you for the first time. So just be patient with that. That might take a little bit for it to finish. So the next step, once that is finished, you're going to need to go down here to where it says decoder under the JMBE library. And then you're going to need to click check for library updates. And I want to note I have done this on Linux. I haven't done this on Apple. It's going to be a little different for Linux. There's going to be a file you're going to have to add that I think you get off GitHub. But if you're smart enough to use Linux, you should be able to figure that out. That's the only thing that's different on Linux. Okay, mine says no update available because my library is already up to date. Yours shouldn't be if you ran this for the very first time, so it's going to need to download stuff and update it. So once that's all updated, then your library should be ready to go. I don't know if there's anything else. I kind of leave everything at default. I wouldn't mess with this. There's a note in here saying that it could produce unintended side effects. So you can adjust the settings if you'd like. I pretty much leave everything at default in here. All right, now that's all set up. Make sure that your tuner is selected. And you'll know because you're going to be seeing some stuff coming across here on the waterfall. So if your tuner isn't set and your drivers aren't going, make sure you go back and you figure that out. So now that you got everything going, you're going to want to click on this button that says Playlist Editor. Okay, now that you're in the Playlist Editor, it should look like something like this. I believe it already comes with the default playlist. If you want, you can add more playlists over there. I only use just the one. Under channels, yours should be blank for now. I do have some set up. Okay, if you click on the aliases tab, then right here, you're going to want to go ahead and click new alias list. I already have one set up. You shouldn't see anything for your first one. And then go ahead and give it a name, whatever you want for your list. And then make sure to select it here in this drop down box. And then under channels, you can do all this manually. You could go to radioreference.com and figure this out or get the information however you want, but that would be the best way. And then you'd have to click in here and choose this system. And by the way, these are all the systems and modulations that are supported by SDR trunk are listed right here. So you'd have to manually enter the talk groups. It'd be a big pain in the ass. I don't do that. So what I do is I use Radio Reference. This thing is hooked up to it. You can have a Radio Reference account, and I'll show you that real quick. And to be up forward with you guys, I am not sponsored by Radio Reference or anything at all. If you guys buy a subscription there or not, they didn't ask me to do this video. This is just what I use. So if you click on the premium, you can get 6 months for $15. That's what I did. I use it for other stuff. It'll save you a lot of time. Another good thing I found out about this subscription, it does not auto renew. So you don't even have to go in and cancel it. If you buy the 6 months, it's 6 months. It was super helpful for me, and I found it well worth the $15. Okay, that being said, You can either use the premium there or you can get the information from their databases manually. And I have not entered that way. I know it's a pain and would take a lot of time. That's why I don't do it. So if you do have your radio reference account and you are logged in, when you click on this tab here with inside SDR trunk, you're going to be prompted with something and you're going to go ahead and need to select your area. I have mine all set up. For an example for you, I just did Nevada and then I picked a county here. So then some stuff is going to populate. It's going to take a second here. It's going to populate some stuff in these tabs. So, and then you're going to see a bunch of stuff listed in here. So you want to find something that interests you. And I like to go for these state trunk systems. That's what I'm after. And then if you go ahead and you click this drop down list, you're going to see right away, see one, it has a no. It's got a circle with a cross and it will not do that. That means it's not supported. This one is EDACS system. I did do another video on that with Unitrunker. If you're interested in figuring out how to do those types of systems, there's another piece of free software that you can do that. And I'll try to post a link up here below, okay, above. All right, that being said, you're going to want to find one that does have the check mark. For example, I'm going to go with this P22 or this P25 phase 2 system, which is probably going to be popular with a lot of people. And then I'm going to go ahead and sort this by county just to make it easy because there's a lot of them that pop up. For me, go ahead and select the one you want. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one here in Washoe County. Okay, a list of frequencies should show up for where you're trying to listen to here. At least one of them should be the control channel and then some other frequencies. I just set it up at the default here for configurations for single control channel. You can set it up for control and alternates if you'd like. I just go with this default configuration. And then under the talk group tab here, you're going to see a bunch of talk groups in here. I haven't really figured out. There is a way just to import one by one. I just go ahead and just import all talk groups right up here. So go ahead and click import all talk groups. Go back over here and then create channel configuration. All right, so now you should see your channel pop up here. I just did a copy of what I already had just for an example for you guys. Well, you're about ready to get rolling. The next thing you need to do here is click the play button. All right, and if you minimize this, you're going to see some stuff start popping up here. If you click on the now play button, and then you click on the control channel, and then under events, you're going to start to get a bunch of information here you can see. As you can see, there's some icons that I have listed for some of the different agencies you're listed. Like you could put a police car or a fire car, but for privacy, I'm not going to play this a whole bunch. Okay, so now that that's muted, you might be hearing a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to have all kinds of things going on here. So if you go back to your playlist editor and then you go to your aliases and then click on, I'm going to go to this one, for example, a bunch of stuff. These are all the talk groups that are going to pop up. So for example, if you see a fire pop up or whatever, it might say school bus or whatever, you can go in here and select it. Like, I don't want to hear all of this stuff. You can choose to mute it. If you go in here, and if you want to select multiple things at once, if you hold the shift key, you can, and press down with the arrow, you can select multiple things. Then when you click in here, you can check listen or not and then apply. But you got to make sure you save it every time when you go into it. So say you wanted to add a police car. So here's some police frequencies. If you click on the icon here, you can change the icon here. Let me try it on a different one. Oh, you have to go down to the, excuse me, you got to go to the icon here on the right. It will pop up on the other side, I believe you select multiple. But yeah, you have lots of different icons. Dump trucks, fire trucks, garbage trucks, loaders, propane tanks, rescues, school buses, trains, taxis, van, all kinds of stuff. You can pick for an icon there. For example, we'll give this one a dump truck icon. But make sure that you click save. You can also give it a different color. So we'll give this one a pink color, for example. And then you can adjust the priority on this too if you wanted to have a priority level. First, you'd have to turn on the listen. The priority level is 1 through 99, 1 being the highest and 99 being the lowest. So if I was listening to dump trucks, I probably wouldn't want to listen to them that much. So I'm going to put it at a priority 95. There is a way to record with this stuff. I haven't messed with that. You're on your own there. All right, so just click save. Okay, wow. See, now that's going to pop up as pink, and that will have a dump truck icon every time it pops up under the transmissions under the radio. And then you can go ahead and sort this. So you could add fire trucks for fire trucks, police for police cars, or whatever icons. You can adjust the priority to your needs. You can mute what you don't want to hear. You can, yeah, and so forth. So it's something you're going to have to tune per system. So that should get you started and on the air. A lot of people were asking about how to do this on Apple, and they couldn't do it on Apple. Or can I do this on Linux? Is there another way? Here you go. Or I couldn't do P25 systems with Unitrunker. This is your way. This is for educational purposes. In the United States, you can listen to anything that you can listen to that is not encrypted. So if your system is encrypted, you're on your own there. This should help you decode P25 systems, which you are okay to listen to. It is public information. All right, so go ahead and get yourself set up and have fun and use it for good things only, people. All right, thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I spent a lot of time on this video for you guys. I would really appreciate it. Thanks. We'll see ya.
2360. Go ahead. Second floor hallway's clear.
10-4.
Copy. We just got in the elevator.
On the cure in between Virginia and Socrates, I'll be removing a mattress from the roadway.
2494, 10-4.
Go for it. Charge that.
Engine, let me know. 10-4.